Hey yo, what is going on guys? Cash and Clean here, and for today's video I just wanted to teach you guys everything you need to know about these 5-star dungeons because they are a little bit tricky and very confusing, and I'm sure many of you guys might not know how to do these. But if you do know and you just want to check out the video, that's alright as well. But let's just get straight into this. So right now I'm in Uber 10. I could do this in Uber 11, but Uber 10 is just more efficient and just, you know, why not? No reason to go to U11 unless I want to get the U11 boxes, and the loot's pretty much going to be the same. I don't know if you get more Sundercharged crystals over there, but I know you can still get it from here. And you can just do more waves in here, which I'll also explain. So I guess someone started this 5-star, but pretty much what you want to do is down over, if it doesn't lag, it's gonna lag. So down here you'll find a rejuvenation station, a loot collector, so you can kind of reset in a way. And there's gonna be a thing in the middle here. You just want to hit E on that and you can start your little adventure thing. I don't have a good boss mod for this, so this, like, you're gonna kind of have to guess where the enemies are, unless you already have a decent one. Like, over there I can see that boss, so I can just go fight that thing. It is really laggy, so that's a little bit unfortunate, but it is what it is. You're also, I don't know, the timing on this is also just really dumb, but you just want to try to clear it the best you can. And this is only for the first wave. So just go, like, this is probably one of the easier 5-star dungeons. I forgot to say that. The other 5-star dungeon I can talk about is very complicated. And you're gonna need I don't know, you just have to kind of go with the flow with that one. You need to, like, make your own paths, which I'll show you later. So anyway, I think this is maybe the last one here. Usually I have a compass mod here and it's kind of blocking what I'm supposed to be seeing. Like, it doesn't say the current wave that we're on. And I guess while I'm doing this, I'll kind of talk about it. So there's waves when you do 5-star dungeons out in here in this new biome. Pretty much you start on wave 1. Every prime number, you're gonna have to go fight the boss, which is what we're gonna do right now. So we have to go turn off the console thing, which that's fine. That's this thing that I was talking about earlier. It doesn't lag. So we hit E on there. It's a prime numbered wave. So we're gonna go fight the boss. If it's not a prime number wave, you just keep doing the objective. Just do crystals and whatever you have to do. It's so unbelievably laggy that I cannot do this, but you know, it is what it is. There we go. I'm actually doing damage now, and after that, it spawns a chest. You could open this. There's a chance you can get something really good from it. And if you're in U11, you have a shot of getting Crystal 4. But apart from that, once you're done, you just kind of go back and you repeat the process until you can get to whatever wave that you can solo. So just press E on here. You are timed, so keep that in mind. But yeah, then you just kind of repeat the cycle. You guys get the point. I think I got to around wave 77 on this one for U10, so I'm sure you guys can do the same. So it looks like we finished, so hit E on the console. And now we go fight the boss. Oh no, we don't fight the boss. We do more of these crystal thingies. So just repeat the cycle, just do the 5 stars. And with those spawns out here, you can kind of tell where they're going to spawn. Like, there's just these platforms that they're going to be on, and if it's not there, you just check the next one. In a second, I'm going to talk about the other one, which is very complicated, and you can just probably skip it, to be honest. But anyway, you guys get the idea. After you do all of this, you go fight a boss, but you only fight the boss on prime numbered waves. So 1, 2, 5, 7, stuff like that. And if it's not a prime number, you just kind of do the objective like it tells you to do. Also, another thing that I do want to mention though, if you leave this area or if you join late, it's gonna say challenge failed, and then you can go to your claims and stuff like that. You can kind of just ignore it. As long as you're within the time limit, you're doing fine. Just ignore the failed thing. And the moment you've reached 0, you're gonna be pretty much done with that. You'll get stuff in the claims if you went pretty far. And then obviously there is weeklies for this, so you'll get your weekly Sundercharges. And if you make it pretty far, you'll get Sundercharges as well, so you can kind of repeat that part, but you just won't get as many. Hopefully all of that made sense, and I'm going to try to find the other 5 stars so I can talk about that one, and yeah. Oh, by the way, this is what I was talking about. I went outside the dungeon. We're still doing it on time, but it said failed, like my challenge thing failed, so we're just gonna ignore that and kind of move on. I'll go find the other dungeon and I'll try to explain everything else. And some of the resources that you do get, like for doing that 5-star dungeon that I was just doing, if by completing the boss you get dragon egg fragments. So do what you need to get your dragon egg fragments, but I'm just here to explain the 5-star dungeons. The dragon that I was trying to go for is these stained dragon fragments, and you just get those by completing the boss. You don't really get it from opening the chest. If you open the chest, you have a shot of getting some really rare loot that you can sell for a lot, or just learn for mastery, or you can get some crystal gear, or, you know, whatever the case may be. But if you really don't want to, you don't have to open the box. You can kind of just ignore it. You have 30 seconds to open that chest, and if you don't, it just disappears, so just keep that in mind as well. Alright, so far I've been really unlucky. This is just the other one that I found, and it's the same one, but I don't know. You guys get the point of this one. I'm trying to find the other one. It's been so long, but I guess I'll just keep looking. It's been a long time already. All right, here we go. I finally found it. It was actually right next to the other 5-star. So here it is. This is the more complicated one. I will explain this a little bit as to how I do it personally. So what I do is I just kind of enter from down here. There's a little portal. Just go through that a couple times. So I cleared these enemies out first before I even start. And, you know, the starting thing is right there. But it kind of helps because if you're trying to, you know, get flasks, you don't want to get bombarded by random enemies here. So I just kind of clear out the little group here. And that's pretty much the best we can do here. So, alright, here's the thing. The moment you activate this, there's a lot of possible locations that the bosses can be. You can use your boss mod, but it's not very helpful. So I'll show you a couple spots. So from there, there's like a couple spots here. So there's one here. And then you can kind of go around and there's another spot over here. And then there's another spot over here as well. So the issue that you'll run into is that there's going to be bosses like above you, below you, just like in other areas pretty much is what I'm trying to say. So in order to do that, you just kind of have to bomb around. Like, be careful when you do that because you can't just, sometimes you can't go straight up. And sometimes areas are blocked off, but you can kind of navigate yourself around like this. So if you just do that, like as you can see, there's, you know, a boss here, but I haven't really started it. This is like a new area, so like there's another spawning point there. You can go this way, and I don't know, you can go over there. You can go down this way. There's another boss room over here, and you know, so on and so forth. And then, you know, you're back here. You could technically just make a random loop, but I found it easier to just like bomb out locations like beforehand. Like from here, you could just go here and then go from this little location here. But if you know where they're gonna spawn, it's really easy to just like plan out everything, just bomb out certain areas that like they're gonna spawn at pretty much. So like I'm just gonna go out here. I know there's a spawn right around here, so I'm just gonna do that. Just kind of takes a little bit of time, but yeah, there's a spawn point right there as well. And yeah, I don't know, you can kind of just go around like this or however you really want to. It's one of the more complicated ones, but it depends on how you want to move around. There's another one over there. So just, you have to try to memorize it in a way. And if you're using the boss mod, then that's going to help you out a little bit because you can kind of scout out the locations that way. And yeah, that's pretty much it that I wanted to show you guys. Just know that this one's a little bit more complicated because you're going to have to move around a lot more and, you know, it's more spread out type thing. And it's going to work the same exact way. So once you clear out the first set of like bosses and stuff, you're going to fight the actual boss. I didn't mention this before, but yeah, 5 stars are repeatable. So what that means is that the moment you complete, you know, the first round through, all you have to do is go back to this thing, the spawn area, and just hit E. You'll go on to the next wave. The moment you fail the challenge, the dungeon is over and you have to move on to the next one. But another thing is that when you do the bosses here, you can get something called a Phoenix Mote. These things over here, and you can get a lot of other stuff, like you'll get some caches that will drop you one of these resources here or something different. But yeah, these Phoenix Motes are really annoying to get, but you can get it from the bosses in here. If you get to a super high wave, you can also just get a bunch of these as well. I don't really have that many. I'm trying to get a bunch to craft all the allies and mounts and things that I need, so working on that one. But yeah, hopefully all of this makes sense. I just want to summarize real quick. So the new 5-star dungeons, especially here, are in waves, so pretty much it's, you know, the first wave until however many you can do. Just know that at a certain point you're just going to stop doing damage. So like in my case, when I got to wave 77 and U10, I just stopped doing damage. Like I couldn't do any damage to the boss, so then we lost. And after that, the timer went down to 0, we got our rewards, and that was pretty much the end of that. If you do this in Uber 11, just know that it's going to be a little bit harder because, you know, obviously the enemies are tougher. But if you want to speed run through these, you can just go to Uber 10. It's, you know, more quicker, you'll do more damage. And if you want a guide on power rank to even get to do any of these things, you can check out my power rank guide. And that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about. There's a really good chance that I missed something, but for the most part, I think I talked about, you know, the basics, so at least you guys get a somewhat of an understanding of how to do these things. This dungeon in particular was the one I was more worried about because I don't know how to explain this thing, but pretty much just, you know, scout out the locations, try to prepare yourself, you know, bomb out certain locations. At least that's what I do. If you want to just, you know, go through the dungeon, then you can. You'll start to memorize the, you know, not the map, but the dungeon itself, so you'll know where to go for the next one. But yeah, if I missed something, drop it down in the comments down below, and, you know, maybe I'll drop something down in the comments down below if I forgot something very important, which I probably did. But I'm just hoping that this at least made a little bit of sense to you guys, so now you know how to do these types of things. But anyway, hopefully you guys have enjoyed. Drop a like, subscribe if you're brand new to the channel, and I will see you all later.